Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And each and every week, I take a look at the NFL schedule, give you some of the biggest spreads, and tell you who I would take in survivor pools. If you're still alive in week 12 and you start in week 1, congratulations. Definitely a amazing feat with the amount of upsets and craziness that has gone on in the NFL this season. But there's also been survivor pools that started after week 1. But let's take a look at the week 12 schedule, starting, of course, with 3 games tomorrow for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all that celebrate. So we start with the Bills at the Lions. Bills seem to get back on track with their win over the Browns. Meanwhile, the Lions have won 3 in a row. The Giants at the Cowboys. I'm a Giants fan, man. We are getting ravaged with injuries right now. Adoree Jackson and Wan'Dale Robinson are now both injured. Meanwhile, the Cowboys just stomped out the Minnesota Vikings. Speaking of the Vikings, they have a home game at night on Thanksgiving against the Patriots. Patriots defense has been playing awesome of late. Meanwhile, the Vikings are still 8-2 with that loss, but have actually been outscored now by 2 points on the season. If we get into the Sunday schedule, let's start with the Bucks at the Browns. This is the last game until Deshaun Watson comes back from suspension. Pretty much a game the Bucks need to win to stay atop the NFC South. Bengals at Titans. Titans really just 7-3. Clicking on all cylinders, pretty much. Defense has been stout. Bengals, Jamar Chase could return, so keep an eye out for that. Texans at Dolphins, man, the Texans are just the worst team in the NFL, no doubt about it. I was looking to see if they should bench Davis Mills. Their only backup on their roster is Brandon Allen. We've seen him. You might as well just stick it out with Davis Mills the rest of the season. Get that first pick. Take C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young. Bears at Jets. Will Justin Fields play after he suffered a shoulder injury last Sunday? The Jets, will Zach Wilson be the starter? Robert Saleh hasn't confirmed that of yet. Falcons at Commanders. Commanders, one of the hotter teams in the NFL. Meanwhile, the Falcons really have to win to keep their NFC North hopes running. Broncos at Panthers, man, 2 bottom feeders in the NFL this season. Will the Panthers turn to Sam Darnold after Baker Mayfield and PJ Walker clearly proved to not be the answer? Ravens at Jaguars. Disappointing offensive performance from the Ravens last week, but they almost shut out the Panthers. Jacksonville, improved from last season, but still finding ways to lose. Chargers at Cardinals. Definitely think the Chargers should win that game. Will Kyler Murray play? Even if he does, the Cardinals are pretty much out of it already. Raiders at Seahawks. A lot of people may think the Seahawks. I still am a believer in the Raiders. I think they've lost too much to really have any postseason hopes, but unfortunately they blew 3 17-point leads. But Geno Smith trying to keep the Seahawks in the NFC West race. Rams at Chiefs. Matthew Stafford in the concussion protocol. Let's see if he plays. Of course, Cooper Kupp will not play. They'll probably turn to, I guess, Bryce Perkins instead of John Wolford. Chiefs looking like either the best or second best team in the NFL. Saints at 49ers. 49ers have been playing great of late, looking to keep their NFC West lead. Actually, they're tied at 6-4 with the Seattle Seahawks. Packers at Eagles. Eagles, last 2 games have not been great. Lost their first game to the Commanders. Then the Colts nearly beat them. Took a 13-point comeback, down 13 in the fourth to beat the Colts. Packers pretty much out of the playoffs. Maybe they play with less urgency, less pressure, and perform well. Steelers at Colts. Colts almost 2-0 in the Jeff Saturday era. Not an easy game to pick. Not really the most exciting Monday Night Football game, to be honest. So there is your week 12 schedule. If we go according to DraftKings Sportsbooks, the biggest spreads are as follows. We have the Kansas City Chiefs favored by 14.5 over the Rams. Then we have the Miami Dolphins favored by 13.5 over the Texans. After that, we have the Niners are favored by 9.5 against the Saints. We have the Bills are favored by 10 against the Lions, and the Cowboys are favored by 9.5 against the Giants. That Bills spread is way too high. I think the Bills win, but in Detroit to be underdog by 10, Detroit on a 3-game winning streak, and even the Bills didn't look that great against the Browns. But if I had to take one team, I'm taking the Dolphins. The Dolphins look great, and the Texans, as I mentioned, just look like by far the worst team in the NFL. If I wasn't a Giants fan, I'd say the Cowboys are a good pick. And the Giants are just, as I mentioned, ravaged with injuries, not even mentioning Xavier McKinney's injury on the ATV. That's keeping them out. That's really handcuffing their secondary, making it their depth a lot worse than it was. But let me know in the comments who you are taking in Week 12 Survivor. We got 3 football games tomorrow. Can't wait. Hopefully my team, the Giants, keep it relatively close. But again, everyone, have an awesome Thanksgiving. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.